Good morning, Dubai. Welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show, where we go through the top trending stories that everyone across the country is talking about. Our top story for you today: the UAE sends condolences to India following the plane tragedy.
UAE residents can visit Armenia visa-free starting July 1st.
We're talking about people in Dubai are sending passive-aggressive parking notes. Are you one of them?
And Dubai resident collapses chasing phone thief in London.
In today's rapid weather report, it's mostly sunny with temperatures ranging from 33 to 44 degrees. Let's jump into our top story of the day. The UAE sends condolences and prayers to India following the plane tragedy. The world stood still yesterday following the tragic Air India flight AI-171 crash in Ahmedabad that resulted in a significant loss of life. According to multiple sources, 241 of the 242 passengers and crew on board were killed, with one British national, Vishwas Kumar Ramesh, surviving.
Additionally, there were casualties on the ground as the plane crashed into a medical college, hostel and a residential area. Reports indicate at least 5 medical students died. The exact number of ground casualties remain unconfirmed due to ongoing identification efforts involving DNA testing.
The UAE president shared his condolences on behalf of the people of the UAE to the people of India. He said, "We are deeply saddened by this tragic plane accident in Ahmedabad today. The thoughts of everyone in the UAE are with Prime Minister Narendra Modi, the people of India, and we offer our heartfelt condolences to all those affected." It was a senseless, so sad. Coming into school holidays as families are travelling from India to London. We saw visuals of some people before they got on the flight. It's just horrific. It's just so sad, and it's so scary that this could happen. That this can happen.
Suddenly, that's the thing. And I can't even think about how the families may be feeling right now. May they rest in peace. It's really tragic to hear this on the news, and it's really tragic to see the videos and photos. So may all the families, may God give them strength, and may their souls rest in peace.
The Air India are doing their very best to keep up communication. So their Instagram stories are a barrage of the information that they can share that has been reported. So amazing about the man, Vishmash, sitting in seat 11A, who managed to remain, who managed, you know, physically nearly unscathed. He's got cuts and bruises, but for the most part, physically unscathed. Mentally, we don't know. He says he can't remember about whatever the plane must have landed, and he just jumped out, but can't remember what actually happened, which I've heard can happen in moments of severe trauma.
You can black out. That's exactly what happens, and he's the only survivor out of everyone. So I'm sure. I really hope. I think just media and the people, I really hope they can give him a little bit of space, because sometimes when things happen, such things happen, they tend to bombard the survivor with media interviews, with questions, with whatever. But just give him some space, because it's traumatic enough, and he's the only sole survivor of the whole plane crash. May those souls rest in peace. May God give their families some strength, really.
Yeah, you're so right on that, on the media front there, because I think everyone will want that story. Good morning to everyone tuning in. I'll just reiterate what Pazin Christ says, which is just a sad way to start a weekend. May their souls rest in peace. Our prayers are with their families. So sad. We'll move into it's so weird to kind of move into other lighter stories following that, but such is news. UAE residents have some updates on the travel front.
Yes, so UAE residents can finally visit Armenia visa-free starting July 1st. So big travel news for UAE residents. Starting July 1st, you can travel to Armenia visa-free for up to 90 days within 180-day period. And no more visa on arrival and no more paperwork hassle.
This new policy isn't just for new nationals anymore, which might be a question that was hanging over when you first saw the headline. So if you live in the UAE or any GCC country, including Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, Kuwait, Oman or Qatar, and have a valid residency visa for at least 6 months, you're good to go. This visa-free access is part of the country's broader initiative to open up to travellers holding residency permits from the GCC, EU, Schengen area Armenia or the US.
And so if Armenia has been on your bucket list, now it's your time to book that flight. No more visa is required.
These stories always do so well because I feel like there's so much... there's so many limitations with travel that when something is visa-free, everyone's like, rejoice.
Rejoice, because I know it's summer and everyone wants to escape the summer heat, but there are some other few countries that you can visit visa-free if you're a UAE resident. There is Montenegro. There is Oman. Oman is beautiful.
Oman is beautiful, and I've always wanted to go to Montenegro.
Too. And Montenegro is really good idea. Sarah has it's if you want to travel to a really nice country, Montenegro is a good one. There's Azerbaijan, I think, as well, Baku.
In terms of Armenia, though, apparently it's got beautiful nature. So if you're into hikes, trekking, you can even ski, by the way, in Tashgazdor. Very interesting. They're known for savoury food and great beverages. And there's also amazing, of course, a lot of history there that you can, and historical sites you can explore. But you've just come back from
a trip.
Yeah, looking well rested.
Really, do I? I feel like I walked a lot and experienced sun and experienced nice weather for the majority of the time because it rained a bit.
Was it your first time in Italy?
First time in Italy.
How was it?
Amazing, amazing. Italy is a beautiful country. It's a beautiful country, but I'll have to say one more thing, okay? Towards the end, I was really missing Dubai. I really wanted to go back home.
Why? How long were you gone for?
9 days.
It's a long trip. And as you flew back in,
I was so happy. I was like, oh my God, I'm finally home. Once you travel abroad, you really do realize how easy life is in Dubai.
What did you miss specifically?
How easy life is.
But you're on your holidays. Life is easy.
It's supposed to be easy, but there are little things that, they were a bit irritating. For example, finding parking spots.
In the busy towns?
Yeah.
Okay.
Usually they're only for residents. They don't have open parking spots like here in Dubai.
Right.
And second of all, I will never hear me complain about Salik anymore.
Why?
Because it's so cheap here. It's so cheap.
Yes.
Okay, during peak hours it's 6 dirhams, but it's if you have to cross in Italy, if you have to cross between two cities, okay, you have to pay a minimum of 10 euros, which is around 40 dirhams. That's a lot.
It is a lot.
So if you're passing two countries, imagine, and it's different for every city. For example, we had to pay once 20 euros to pass the city. The thing that shocked me the most, and I'll consider it like a cultural shock, you have to pay €1 to use the washroom.
And the washrooms are gross.
They're gross.
They're gross. Yeah.
Thank you.
Welcome. Yeah.
€1 to use like a disgusting pad, but oh my God,
It's so interesting.
What a privilege to.
It's so true that when
clean bathroom.
when new Salik tolls are announced and everyone gets a bit grumpy because everyone's like, that's an extra 4 dirham. When you put it in comparison with how amazing the road structures are here.
Exactly.
A bit complicated, but fantastic in comparison with Europe and the price that we're paying. And also that generally in Europe there's taxes and those are paying for the roads as well, so we're not taxed here. But you think Salik could be like a road tax, so it's not for residents, but it's for anyone using the roads. You're paying a price to use the roads. I don't know.
And the roads are big in Dubai.
Interesting.
And Italy was so small; it was so difficult to drive through those roads.
Interesting on the toilet front. I know what you mean. Let's jump into another story. Maybe you experienced this in Europe, but we want to talk a little bit about parking because people are sending passive-aggressive parking notes in Dubai. So the question on this social media post was, how do some people even pass their parking tests? Those were the words of a frustrated driver who discovered a car parked just inches from theirs. So close, in fact, you can see it here, that although they could open the door, they couldn't get inside, basically.
So what would you do in this situation? Well, our friend at I Eat and Lift on TikTok decided to leave a little note. It read, "Hi brother/sister, how am I supposed to sit in the car? Please take some extra how to park classes."
And he topped it off with a giant smiley face, so passive-aggressive, 101 there. Should bad parking be reported?
If it's, listen, like you will never catch me leaving a note like that on anyone's car, okay? Although it happened to me so many times where they stick their car next to mine and it's so difficult for me to open the door. What I do is just go to the other side and then jump to the driver's seat. But I get pissed, like I do get irritated, but I wouldn't leave a note. It's too passive aggressive, although I've been...
Well, I don't think leaving a note itself is passive aggressive, but this note with the big smiley face and like, why don't you take some extra parking classes? Like that's
too passive aggressive.
Yeah.
Or because it depends on the note. You can say, hey, you parked too close, like please be cautious next time. Okay, that's fine. But if you write, learn how to drive or take extra classes, what is this?
But now I find it very difficult to have this conversation because I'm a horrific parker. So I know that I am on the side of people could be frustrated with my driving. I know that. I'm not a perfect driver. I don't claim to be. But should there be rules on the parking? Like, wait,
It's
which
too
car?
close.
He's right over the line. I think
Yeah,
you've got to
it's
be
so
in the
close.
line.
Yeah, it's...
So the car on yeah, look.
Someone left a note?
Oh, Instagram can't hear you, so I'm going to have to... So Kirby's saying it happened to you before. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. So Kirby went and did the police report right away as soon as he saw the car.
Bravo, well done.
And 3 minutes later, the person came down and apologized to Kirby. Kirby, that's amazing.
That's a mature
Okay.
thing to do, صراحة يعني.
So you could just go onto the Dubai iPolice app, you take the photo, put in their reg, and Dubai Police reported it to that person immediately and they came down. Fair enough.
Oh, they call you, by the way. Like, if you need to move your car, they immediately call you or they send you a text message and then please move your car. It's like a warning. It happened to me before.
Which side of the car were you on? The bad parking side or the...
Yeah, bad parking signs.
Yeah.
Because it's registered under my brother's name, he received a message.
Was it bad parking? Or was there someone like Kirby just getting set over to them?
It was someone that was unable to get into their car, so I had to go move my car.
Yeah.
Sorry, but I'm a good parking driver, but I can really park well.
Can you?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, I can't. That's why I just can't even have this conversation because I know that I've frustrated many. I don't mean to be. I just get frazzled and
It's okay.
I've got no spatial awareness. I need a car with cameras on all sides.
You will eventually get it one day. Just suddenly you'll wake up and you'll figure it out. Trust me.
Hopefully.
Trust the process.
I feel like a lot of our stories are travel related today because
I
now we're going to jump into a story about theft in London.
Oh, very common. Very common. So a Dubai resident collapses chasing phone thief in London. A Dubai resident collapsed in London after chasing down a phone thief. Shaima Sabri had just stepped out of an Uber when a man on a bike snatched her phone. She ran after him screaming that she was a cancer patient before collapsing mid-chase.
Wow. Luckily, Good Samaritans in London came to her aid and called the police, but she has a powerful public service announcement. Mainly, she wanted to say, always back up your phone, be vigilant and prioritise your safety. She didn't lose her photos or videos thanks to cloud backup, but it's just a reminder that in moments like this, your data can be recovered, but your safety can't be replaced.
It's a very common story in London. Did you see just a few days ago, this Bridgerton actor? She played Genevieve. I don't know I know her stage name.
Okay.
Her character's name. Her character's name is Genevieve. She's a Bridgerton actor, okay? She's a famous actor. She got her phone snatched while it was right next to her. But she bravely faced the thief. Like, she grabbed him and grabbed the phone and then she hit him.
Wow,
It was
it's so. But this is the thing. Like, do you?
How do you confront this?
Yeah,
But I praised her. I applauded her for it. Saraha. Like, I don't know how she noticed, but it was right next to her. So he snatched her phone and tried to walk away, but she immediately faced him and held him, and then she snatched her phone.
How different in that here you leave your phone to guard things.
You leave your phone to reserve a table.
I went down a video hole once of a guy who intentionally went to places in, I'm going to say it's a European country, not England, not Ireland, in like a hot tourist spot. I think it was like Madrid. And he intentionally dressed like a tourist and intentionally had a bag filled with rotten fish that he intentionally got stolen. And he had like a tracker or something in it so he could see what he knew what was happening, and then he eventually found the bag like I think what had happened was he had originally got a bag stolen, so he intentionally went back with a bag full of rotten fish. He did it like he put like 2 to 3 days graft into this, and then he tracked the rotten fish bag down, and it was like, you know, a couple of streets later in a dumpster, someone had obviously like put their hand into the rotten fish.
Oh my God, they deserve it.
They deserved it.
They deserve it.
Especially the people preying on tourists.
Yeah, that's the thing.
In summer months in busy cities.
Why would you do that to us?
But no theft for you, all good.
No theft. Although I did go to Venice, the city that's known to have a lot of snatchers and thieves, but we were very cautious. Handbag in front of you, phone never in your pocket, nothing, no wallet in your pocket.
You just have to be that level of cautious, and if you forget it for a second, if you forget a bag in a taxi, it's game over.
It's gone.
I do remember once I was sitting in Dublin, in Temple Bar, which is our busy tourist hotspot, and my bag was at the back of my chair, and I saw like a group of people. Probably like layabouts, I'd call them, on the other side of the square. And I actually saw one meander over, pick up my bag, and just like meander back over to his group. And me and my friend kind of looked at each other. There was a group of us, and two of us just kind of looked at each other. We were like 16, by the way. And we were like, but he didn't like run away, and he didn't go into a dark corner. He was he was on the corner of the square. So together, 2 16-year-olds ran over to this group of like, weird strangers, and we were like, and it was actually my friend. I just kind of stood there. My friend was like, excuse me,
You stole my
I think you've got my bag. And the guy was like,
you were polite.
He goes, oh, I'm so sorry, love. Like, oh, I didn't even. He was like, he was nearly out of it in a way, and he was like, I'm so sorry. Like, how did I? And he just handed it back to us.
Maybe you were so polite to a thief.
Yeah, but we'd be nervous. Like, you're hardly going to be like, you know, and like, and a punch isn't going to land. So, and it was such a weird that like he was in the middle of the square.
Damn.
Anyway.
But I'm glad you confronted him. I'm glad he didn't run away. Like he stayed in his position.
Yeah, it was a weird one. But
it's so crazy to me. Like you tried to steal a bag and then you just stay in the same place where you stole the bag.
I think they were probably a bit out of
drunk,
it. I don't
maybe,
know, something. But I wouldn't recommend. Like I think what she's saying is, for her health, she ran after him. She collapsed, which sounds so scary. But actually, health is everything, and like just back up, because if the phone is gone, the phone is gone. Like they're expensive, but what you really want is the memories and the information, and if that's backed up, then. And just don't wear expensive watches.
One of my sister's friends, she used to live in London. She moved to Dubai, but she had a similar story. She got her phone snatched, and she ran behind the snatcher. Okay, she was holding her baby. She went up to she caught up to him, and she told him, "I have a child. I have no time for this. Bring it. Give me my phone back." And he gave it to her.
Oh my god!
After he saw the baby. I'm a mother.
Yeah.
She was so funny, honestly. Can't believe she did it.
Well done to her. But like, you just don't know. Like,
you don't know someone's story.
Well, you don't know her story, but I really wouldn't recommend going up to people stealing, because like, if they're in a desperate situation and they think they're caught, I don't know. It's just a really scary thing to do.
Yeah.
So well done to the people that are brave enough.
She was so brave.
I think if it ever happens to me again.
Hopefully not. Touch wood.
If it ever happens to me again, I probably would just not.
Not chase behind them.
No,
you never know. You never know what they're holding, honestly.
Yeah.
dangerous.
Safety is everything. Guys, if you're just joining into the show and you missed our top stories of the day, the show does go live in podcast format. Wherever you get your podcast from, you can listen on your way home. A very welcome back to Masu, who decided to come back to work on a Friday. So it's a
perfect day to come back.
It's a very short week for you.
Just one day.
But we'll be back on Monday, both of us. So see you then. Have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.